Well, I will say the weather has turned a bit. We went from about 80, 90 degrees in that range down to 40s and 50s. Been sitting out in the old coat. Got the codger cap on, which is not an insulated hat. Might have to change that. I'd have to finally get that insulated codger cap that I've been trying to get a few years ago. Usually the knit cap is what I wear out in the garage. With a pipe, a coffee, and we'll be talking about Orlik Golden Sliced. Hello YouTube and the YTPC. Smoking Buddy Matt back again. Just sitting out on a Sunday morning, enjoying some coffee and a pipe. Thinking it's high time we get back to my Virginia Sweep series. Talk about my experience with. Today we'll be talking about Orlik Golden Sliced. Man, thought I'd get back to this video a lot sooner, but I kept putting it off. And man, it is crazy how fast a week goes by, and you look back and say, I haven't even talked about Virginia's in about 2 weeks. I haven't done a Virginia Sweeps video. Oh, it's been a lot longer than that. Well, I've mentioned it here and there. But anyway, hopefully don't get too rambly on this. Oh man. Remember I was talking about being tested in one of my other videos? Yeah, it doesn't stop, does it? I think that's it's kind of life. Anyways, nothing too major. Oh, brief update on that other pipe. I'd placed that other pipe order, and then I'd received an email that said it was being delayed. So it said 2 to 3 weeks. I figured I'd give it a couple weeks, and I'd try to be patient and give them a call and see what was going on. So this last week I did. I finally called. It was EA Carry is where I ordered that one from. So I called and just said I was looking for an update on the order, and she said, well, if you haven't received another email, then that means it hasn't shipped yet. Which I knew that. But, the big question was, I didn't know what was going on with it. None of the emails indicated what was actually out of stock or hold up, and I was guessing it was the pipe, and it is. So just know if you order from EA Carry, they might not actually have the pipe that they're showing available. So it's currently on back order with Savinelli, and it would ship out when it's available, which we have no idea when. Right now I just left the order open, hoping maybe they'll get it, but after a while I'll probably just go ahead and cancel it. It's not that big of a deal. And then, so that was a little bit of a continuation of the testing. And then on top of that, I did my coffee video, which I had a really good time with. Kind of sharing my morning coffee routine with everyone. And it turns out I was one of the winners of the coffee giveaway. So I will be receiving some coffee from Java Jake. And I'll do a brief video on that one too, I think. But when I did the video, I moved my grinder, which I normally kind of keep it off away on the side. I moved it over by the coffee maker, which is by the sink. And I've been having this problem with the sprayer on my sink. So I installed this new faucet a couple years ago. And the old sprayer was just a button, it was on, off. not a big deal. But the new sprayer, when you push the button, it won't turn off. It turns off with the water pressure. So if you don't have the faucet on all the way, or if like the washing machine is running or something where the water pressure maybe just dropped down for a minute, it won't shut off. So after a while, like the button was just sticking on, and I imagined it was probably just getting some buildup, like calcium buildup or something. And I've been meaning to take it apart and try and fix that. Well, every once in a while I'll put the sprayer away and I'll forget that the button was stuck on. So what happened is I did that, and then I turned the faucet back on, and of course it, it shoots water everywhere, and my fault. Got a little bit of water on, I didn't realize it at first, but it got some water on the grinder, like the top of the grinder where the buttons are. And I went to use it the next morning after the video, and it was like, it was going, I was like, oh. Well, I played with the button. There's the timer, you can set the time. And then it started working, so I thought, okay, not a big deal. Well, then the next day I went to use it, and it didn't work at all. So I thought, oh no, I've killed my grinder. A little bit of water got in there, and I've killed my grinder. So took it apart, tried to dry it out as much as I could. You can't take it apart very much. But the good news is, later that day I was messing around with it, and it was working again. So, yay. And don't have to buy a new grinder. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that today. We do want to talk about Orlik Golden Sliced. So, Orlik Golden Sliced. I had it a couple years ago. I wouldn't say I wasn't impressed with it. I just didn't enjoy it all that much. And I've kind of come to realize I think I was just expecting something different. So when you open a new tin of Orlik Golden Sliced, you get a very, very pronounced citrus note. I mean, it's seriously, it's orange. It's orange citrus. It's a natural orange, though, not like artificial. Though, kind of like an orange peel, in a way. Also with that in the tin, you get a little bit of that hay, kind of a sweet hay, grassy note. Which, that is pretty typical for Virginias. So a brand new tin of that, you load it up, and you definitely taste it. Early on, you get that very bright, grassy citrus. Now, this is Virginia Perique, so it has Perique in here. It's basically undetectable. I mean, to me, there's not enough Perique in it to really come through on its own. Although I imagine, it's a blend, so it must be doing something. But I wouldn't recommend this as something where, if you really love Perique, that you're gonna taste a whole lot, because that was my thought. I like Perique in something like Haunted Bookshop, and the GLP Stratford, that's a Virginia Perique as well, and I think I was expecting more of a flavor of that, which is it's a much deeper flavor, very strong, more akin to something like Haunted Bookshop. In the Orlik Golden Slice, it just smokes. It's sweet to a degree. A little bit of citrus, orange, hay, grassy notes. I mean, that's a cliche to say, but it's true. And I can definitely understand why people recommend this so often. as a way to get into Virginias, because it's so far removed from what I normally expect in a pipe tobacco. Normally I go for something burly, and this is like total opposite of that. Yeah, and at first I was like, I don't think this is for me. But coming back to it now, a couple years later, I have been enjoying it. And I would definitely say it's like a fast track, or it's a cheat code to a good quality Virginia. When you're getting Orlik Golden Sliced, the tins I've had have been very consistent. So this is my third tin right now. Besides, I had one a couple years ago. I smoked through one that I was putting in my tobacco pouch here, and by the way, the pouch has been working great. Just put an ounce and a half of whatever you're working through in there, and I was surprised. You go to that kind of your go-to tobacco, and surprised how fast you actually work through it. So I had about one bowl left, and I knew I was going to do the video. I actually jumped back quickly. When I went to put the last few flakes in my pouch, I accidentally opened a second tin that I had. And I wasn't intending to do that, so I put the lid back on real tight, and I thought I'll just put it away. Well, I had one bowl left, and I was saving it for this video. And then it was like wasn't the right opportunity to make a video, or I wasn't into it at the moment, and I didn't want to smoke the last of that Orlik. So I was working through some other things like the Newminster 400 and the Sutliff Virginia Slices, which I'll get to in just a moment briefly. Well, after a while, I was like, I haven't had the Orlik Golden Sliced in a while. I want to, make sure I kind of know it before I do the video. So I just went ahead and I went back to that other tin, put some more in the pouch, and I'll work through that pretty quick. So. And I will say it has been a very pleasant, enjoyable experience working back through Orlik Golden Sliced. I think it just takes time. When you experience a new blend, you really have to spend some time with it. And if it gets in your mind that it's not something you enjoy, it's easy to brush it off and just think, oh, I don't like it. Now, that certainly could be true. But I could definitely tell that it wasn't something I disliked. I just, I'll just say I wasn't ready for it in the pipe smoking journey. So, just briefly mention along with that, I think a decent alternative to Orlik Golden Sliced is this is the Sutliff Virginia Slices 507C, and it's not as citrusy as the Orlik, I would say, by far, but even new right out of the pouch, and a lot of people will recommend aging any Virginia. I'm not patient enough for aging. But it's a nice, bright, grassy Virginia. I do get citrus notes out of it. Just not as strong. I can reach here. So, I've had it in several pipes, both the Sutliff Virginia and the Orlik. So these are two pipes that I tend to enjoy it out of most. This is my Savinelli Oscar Tiger 128, and the Missouri Meerschaum Dublin. Mark Twain, which is a Dublin shape, but I really felt like I got the full flavors out of that one, along with other pipes, but it was nice. So probably talk about, I'm going to go through the capstan. I'm going to go through the Peterson flake. I might do a video just touching on the red Virginias a bit. And then maybe a follow-up video. I don't know. I might combine the red Virginias in the follow-up video. But definitely found, during this time, I'm not only doing Virginias. So if I smoked something like the Orlik Golden Sliced and then went to a burley, a blend I normally enjoy, it was almost like a palate cleanser in a way, more like maybe a reset, where after spending some time with the Virginias, other flavors and other blends really seem to pop out. And I was kind of expecting that, but I wasn't sure how it would work, and it works really well. That's something I'll keep in mind in the future. But with that, I'm going to let this video cut that off. So appreciate everyone watching. Also, thank you to new subscribers. I have passed 300 subscribers, and I'd give shout outs to new subscribers. I don't always know who they are. It doesn't always show up for me who they are, but if you're a new subscriber to my channel, you like what you see, hopefully you're getting some good information, a little bit of entertainment, and just enjoying watching the videos. I would just like to say thank you again. So keep an eye out for the next ones to come. I think I will be doing capstan next. That's the one I have finished that tin. I actually had to open the second tin. Similar situation, but all right, with that, I'm going to say you take care, have a pipe, take the time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye now.